I was forced to change. What assisted me in this quest? It was an affair. I got caught. I could no longer deny it. Cold busted. I could no longer hide my clouded belief, for it forced me out of the closet of indecision. I can remember feeling forced at times to change behavior, but my beliefs seemed to have positioned themselves on strategic standby. But nothing seemed to matter to me on the surface, for brewing beneath my slendered frame was a heart of desire, beckoning upon discovering the me that I always wanted to be. Lost my place. The affair forced me to examine my behavior and how it correlated and corresponded with what I said I believed. I had listened to many a people for more than 28 years, but this time I was forced to listen to myself for the very first time. For once in my life, I could finally recognize my own voice. Yes, I listened to the myriad of voices out there: parents, teachers, preachers, politicians, civic officials, books, CDs, DVDs, conferences, seminars, MLMs, VHSs, even beta, neighbors and friends and family and strangers and educators and experts and Hollywood and the Bible and the Torah and other sacred writings and the news and God and spirits and my ancestors, the dog, the cat, the goldfish, the hamster, the frog, the bird, the rabbit, the confused, the smart, the dumb, the print media, TV, radio, and even the World Wide Web, all of which I had listened. But this time I could only hear my voice echoing down the halls of my own life. I was only 180 pounds in my body, but felt like 1,800 pounds in my mind, heart, and soul. I began to question everything I said I believed, and why I said I believed, and who said it, and where did they get the information from. And an inner voice spoke gently these words to me: the person whom I was seeking to become, I was already that person. From that point, I began to live my life based on the who I am principle and not what I said I was becoming principle. I began to make decisions now on information, whereas in the past I would make excuses for my behavior. I decided to remove the weights off of my mind, for at times my thoughts were so heavy it felt like my potential and productivity were down for the 10 count. Oftentimes in my mind I would imagine who would win this time, my belief or my behavior. Finally I was forced to stop lying to myself, that my faith always match the facts, and that is bull purple. At 39 years old, I can testify as an expert life witness and say how I have behaved has not always lined up with what I believed. This apparent contradiction helped charter the course that afforded my beliefs and behavior an equal opportunity to coexist without making either right or wrong. I came to understand that making people right or wrong for the decisions they were making was not my responsibility. I later learned that humanity, or the collective, is nothing more but a combination of the universal, individual, or oneness. I decided that I was not born to be a follower. Although humbled to be a leader, I was created to be a thinker. Thinking became the name of my new game. I would often hear my mind whisper to my thoughts, "Think for change." But often I would cower to beliefs that I no longer believed. It was an evening that I could hear a voice say these words, "Derek Lamont Dillard, no more hiding, you're coming out." And instantly something assured me that it was safe and time to set free my thoughts from the closet of my mind. In that moment I realized I possessed the power to give my thoughts a voice, and that voice would later originate from my mouth. I have determined to make decisions based on what I want to experience in life, and not how different things have appeared to my eye. The whats in my life have lost their most favorable status to the who's in my life. Guess what? No more hiding. It's your time to come out.